Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Crashy, and today we're going to be messing around with Glaceon. So I stayed up pretty late last night, and sadly I have to report that I just tried to play some games on the PTS, the public test server, like actual games. I can't do it. I just disconnect and lag the whole time. It's impossible, sadly. So yeah, it just doesn't really work. Wait a minute. Why is my controls got a little wonky there for a second? Make sure everything's working here. Yeah, I don't know. My stick got a little weird there. Okay. So let's mess around on Glaceon a little bit, because I haven't actually had a chance to play Glaceon more than like 10 minutes. I was so tired at like 5 in the morning last night that I didn't really play much of it. So early game Swift is really, really interesting. It acts a lot like Mystical Fire, but instead of you dashing and it shooting off, it shoots off when you auto attack. So you can kind of see that. Really, really simple concept for Swift. And then Tail Whip, same thing, really, really simple. Now, I don't know all the nuance of this character. I know Chris has been able to test it a lot. I saw Spraggles posted a video about it, but I just haven't had that much time to test on it. I don't know what items are going to be good for this thing, because apparently this thing's auto attacks can crit, and so there's definitely some interesting stuff going on. That said, Ice Spear and the other ability have both looked really insane from what I've seen. And the fact that it's like percentage HP damage is really, really interesting. So I'm kind of excited to see what this all feels like and how you build this ice gauge. And then this is one of those characters that feels very nuanced. So you're going to have to kind of see what it's going to be like. I feel bursted by Glaceon quite a bit. So that's a thing, right? All right, let's actually put the Venusaur up some levels, because I'm naturally going to catch up. And I want to kind of just like fight around the Venusaur. Now the Venusaur, I don't think bots have items, so that's a bit annoying, and I think I just have like the recommended double glasses on, and then I feel like Buddy Barrier on it, because I really just want to like feel around this character. The attack range feels pretty good. Like I said, Icicle Spear feels nice. I need to like learn the nuance of the character. You can see like boosted autos build stacks, and we're gonna go with Freeze Dry or Ice Shard? I think Freeze Dry is the one that I was liking. No, it was Ice Shard. Dang it. I think. But yeah, boosted autos build up the stacks, or like build up our icicles. And then you can like Ice Spear it out. And that's like how you kind of shred. And this might work well, because you can kind of like freeze and then single target. Like I said, I haven't really messed with this character at all. Let's look at the dunk animation. Okay, cool. But Ice Spear feels pretty good. I need to mess around. I have no idea what kind of damage this character can actually do. And then the Unite move is super, super interesting. That's where you basically have this like field, and then you can like pop off and just like keep shooting for a while and build some damage, some spears. I don't exactly know how it works, but it essentially just feels like you get like a ton more spears, so you just kind of like burst. So it's real single target, like burst focus. You can kind of see like, look, I mean, no hands, you know, kind of just the way of it. And the question is, can you build spears kind of like a Queenly Majesty? Hold on, let me see really quickly. But you can't build spears passively, so you can't like manage your spears without like actually hitting something. And do the spears fall off? Let's find that out. I want to mess around with this. I mean, I just don't really have a plan for this video. Just wanted to mess around with this character a bit. Okay, so let's see what happens. Do these ever go away? They do. Okay, so that timer is our spear. So you're gonna have to kind of like be in the thick of things, like building. I could see like something like Muscle Choice and Buddy being really good for this. And your targeting has to be a little specific, especially if you're trying to do something like hitting the bees, because you don't want to target the wrong one. Pretty interesting stuff here. All right, let's head down to Dreadnought maybe. We'll see what the Dreadnought burst looks like. I mean, I'm level 10, so you have to kind of assume that this is like second Dread or something, I suppose. I'm not sure if the timing like that matches up well. Probably not, but let's look and see what this looks like. Let's build up some spears. and then we'll full burst. Like if we were ripping, we were playing this like a full rip kind of a situation. We'll get the knock up. All right. I mean, that's some pretty substantial burst. That was like what, 60% HP, and it comes out as like burst, right? But like, that's really interesting. Really, really interesting. Hold on, let me mess around with that again. I think I can respawn it. Okay. So let's and I don't know if freeze dry is the right move to take. I really don't, but we're gonna try to figure that out. All right, let's build up the stacks like if we were just ripping, right? All right, and then we are going to unite move, and then we're just bursting, and then we can freeze dry 3 more. I mean, you can. That's really good burst. I really think that that's solid burst. You pair that with like a Pup Lucario or just like pretty much anything that has some kind of secure, you're gonna be able to burst it down. Again, I don't even know if this level makes sense for that dread. I mean, I think it would. Like level 11, like for second dread or so, like that'd be reasonable. I'm not really doing like full-on scientific method of testing here. Oh my gosh, I just got exploded. So the character definitely doesn't have a ton of health. I mean, I got ulted and got hit for like 5k. So, you know, definitely an attacker feel. I think a eject button, maybe X speed will be good for this one, so you can chase somebody down with ice spears. And I haven't even, like I said, I haven't even played the other build yet or anything. I'm just kind of trying to get familiar with this character a little bit. So, just trying to get a little familiar with this character. It's interesting. It's very interesting. All right, let's put Venusaur to 15 while I'm 12, and let's kind of fight him out a little bit. Oh well, I got my Unite move canceled. Okay, I got clapped by Venusaur, level 15 Venusaur. All right, so I'm gonna have to get a little bit better than that. And like I said, I don't even know if Freeze Dry is the one to go with this build. I don't really remember the other move. I've been trying to think about Buzzwole a whole lot and stuff, but really interesting. So I'm going to swap over and probably use the other moves, and we'll see what we find out. All right, let's take a look at some of these other moves. I really don't know what moveset I should be playing. I'm just going to max myself. But we'll take Swift and Tail Whip, and then let's go Icy Wind. And I think Freeze Dry and Icy Wind are supposed to go together, I guess, because it's like the right side path. So let's try that. I should have picked Ice Shard last time on the other moveset. So let me know if y'all have been watching footage, because y'all, honestly, I haven't played probably as much as y'all have even watched. So y'all might know more about this character than I do. But maybe this is like... Okay. What does that do now? Oh, it like bursts them? Okay, wait a minute. So the Ice Shards... This is really interesting. I might like this one more. So we build up our Ice Shards, and then we burst them. That feels a lot like kind of Mystical Fire-esque. You kind of like poke at range, and then you can like dive around. Ooh, this feels really good. You could throw like a Muscle Band on this. Okay. I have no context to like how strong this is, but... Also, Glaceon's auto attack speed feels really fast, and I'm not using a Muscle Band. So, like, I wonder if Muscle Band, like, impacts that attack speed at all, and if it does, wonder how viable that is, you know? I mean, if you're auto attacking this much, Muscle Band is probably going to be very, very good on this character. I could see this being a pretty decent jungler, potentially. I don't know how good the laning phase is, but this... Like, look how fast this is. Am I crazy? And I'm not sure if like Freeze Dry is the right move for this side of the build path, or if it's good for the other build path. I know this is the one that freezes, and I think there's a bug where you can freeze yourself. I saw a clip of that. Let me see if I can do that just for the sake of showing. So there's like a bug. I can freeze myself. Yeah, so you can freeze yourself. So that's got to be a bug or something. But okay, so what does the Unite move do? As the user leap high, creating an ice zone in front of that deals damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect, while the user's in the ice zone, its movement speed is increased and gains 1 ice crystal whenever a set amount of time passes. Movement speed of the opposing Pokemon. So it's a setup Unite. It's not a Unite that's going to do some crazy damage. It's all set up. So you pop the Unite move, you're kind of in there, You burst, and then you're kind of... That feels a little interesting. It felt like there was much more synergy with the other move. Let's try that again, maybe. Okay, so let's build up our ice shards like if we were like truly like poking and in a fight. All right, so we're set up, right? Look, we have our shards, but oh my gosh, it just basically builds you like, it just basically keeps you with so many shards, so you can kind of like continue post the fight. It's gonna be really good area denial. This moveset feels really fun to me. Again, I don't even know what the other off move does. I can't even think of the name of it. Instead of freeze dry, I can't really think of like what that ability does. But this character feels really, really fun. It's got pretty good attack range. It feels like it might just be the mobile FOV too, but it feels pretty solid. Seconds on this move, and it's like it's your burst, right? So you have to be a little bit careful with that. Is there like a window of time where you like, if I icy wind, how much time do I have before like I can't fire off my shots? I guess you can do it as long as you're in the duration where your ice crystals stay on you. Okay, so like I could use this, and like I could have my ice crystals, like I can have my ice crystals built up, and I can kind of just like keep them on me, and then like, okay, get in closer to the fight, and then like pop off and try to do something with it. Am I supposed to just always have max ice crystals like this? I feel like I just always have max ice crystals. Like I'm always just like loaded for the next fight. Like look at this, like as long as I keep chaining together. I mean, the cooldown's not that long, right? Like in a fight, this is going to be really fluid. As long as I don't get jumped on and bursted, it's going to feel really nice. You can jump over walls. You have like a bit of a zoning tool with like nice long attack range. And again, I'm not even using like muscle band or anything. I think that could be a staple in this character. I could see something like muscle choice and buddy being really good. I could see energy amplifier. Again, the unite move is all set up, so I could see the unite move with energy amplifier being really, really strong. So maybe muscle energy amp buddy barrier, or dropping the buddy barrier and just trusting like I don't know. Once we see the scalings, that'll help make a decision about choice band, but this may just basically be like an SP 80 carry, because it feels very attack focused, like auto attack focused, that is, right? This build feels really good. But you know, the crazy thing is I like stored power a lot, and I like mystical fire a lot, and it definitely seems that like they kind of seemed with the evolutions, it seems like they want this frolic play style, right? It actually feels like that's like what they want. So it really does feel like that's the thing that they want there. This character seems like it has like a lot of good single target bursts. Like that's just what it's like aiming to do. But really interesting. And I'm kind of just waiting for Zap, so. And I'm like messing around, but Glaceon feels really fun. Buzzwole feels like it's going to take me a little bit to like figure out and like find out which build I actually like, because he's got his kind of like CC bursting, and then he's got more of like a sustained build, but it's hard to tell which one of those builds is actually going to do better against players until I like play with it. I just don't really know, but Glaceon feels like a pretty solid kit. I really don't have any complaints. Okay, I'm getting bursted by Venusaur. Let's see if I can turn this around. Like, look at that burst. Like that's pretty huge turnaround burst. And I want to rip the objective. Okay. I can see something like X speed or eject button on this character being very good. And I'm level 15, which on Espeon probably won't happen. I expect you can probably get like 13 to 15 depending on your game. Let's go ahead and shut off the Venusaur wherever it's at, so we can get ready for the Zapdos, and then that'll be the video, because I'm just messing around. Like I said, I can't actually play test server games. It just lags way too hard, but a little unfortunate. I want to have the Zapdos with the proper timing, because I could spawn the Zapdos, but I wouldn't have the proper time scaling. So 20 seconds and we'll have that proper timing. Feels interesting. Definitely feels interesting. And I'm just going to full rip it and see what this feels like. And hopefully, like, you can be accurate with it too, right? Like, hopefully you can't, like, mess up your Icy Wind too much. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna build up our stacks like we're just ripping. Like, just pretend like we have to rip. It's an endgame situation, we have to rip, right? Alright. So this is less objective rip focus because you have to wait for the cooldown, but you still do some good damage to it. So this build, yeah, this build is interesting because it feels really bursty while the other build is like much more DPS focused. But it's hard to say just how good this will be. Friends, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I definitely do appreciate you checking out this video. As always, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone you love them. And I'll see you on the next video.